We're back! Episode 27. This is a first for us. We have an entire band on our stream. We have the guys in AVAT. What's going on, dudes?
Chilling.
Yo, what's up? Thanks for having us.
This is going to be everyone stepping over each other vocally, so let's buckle in. Brian's hanging in there barely. He is on 2% battery life. He has no Wi-Fi, and he is outside of a Greyhound bus station.
That's the life.
It's good.
It's cool. He's going to bring me back some grade A crack.
Knowing that the band was from Miami, I thought we were going out there and interviewing them live on location. So I'm actually in the middle of fucking nowhere with no internet connection. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the memo.
Wonderful time to travel to Florida because there's a hurricane about to hit. So it was nice knowing you, bro. I'll be looking for a new co-host. So
open.
Let's see. Yo, I don't have to wear a mask there. It's awesome. I'm infecting everyone at Arby's. It's going down. So normally this is the part of the show where we bullshit and say, "Oh, how are you? You know, what's the tea for today?" and talk about our kids that we don't have. Have you guys done anything fun this week?
Actually, believe it or not, so like I had a very bittersweet week. Tuesday was my birthday, October 6th.
Happy birthday!
It's also the day that Van Halen died.
Hey, happy birthday!
R.I.P. Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, dude. Like I cannot tell you how I was like, oh man, this is gonna be the day, bro. It's my day off, man. I'm gonna hit up the sushi buffet, bro. I'm gonna treat myself a couple beers, you know what I mean? And then I'm like kind of scrolling through my IG feed and I see R.I.P. Eddie Van Halen. I'm like, bro, please tell me that this is like one of the greatest pranks of 2020 because like, yo, this cannot be for real. And it's like it was actually for real.
It's kind of real, yeah. It's not a
2020 ain't stopping, bro. It just the train keeps going, and whoever's standing in the way, bro, like that's it. You're done.
Oh man,
it's the worst year ever.
At the end of it all, we'll just be mopping up all the blood and guts from the floor.
I think Brian's trying to say something. Meanwhile, he's stuck in a dumpster. What are you trying to say, Black Screen? Okay, good. I'm glad we checked up on him. We'll be checking in periodically with Brian as he makes his way to Miami to check on the guys live and in person. Normally, this part of the show, we update our loyal viewers on Tekashi69 and if he's still alive, if he's been assassinated yet. There's really nothing to cover on that front this week. So I know the YouTube comments that were very adamant about how boring it is to talk about Tekashi will be disappointed that we have no news on him this week. But since his overdose on hydroxycut last week, he hasn't resurfaced on the internet. That's actually not a joke. I didn't write that. That's a real story. Yeah. We also got nothing on the Kanye front. So yeah, Metalcore Twitter is in luck tonight. You got any Kanye news, Brian? You good for anything tonight? And we lost him! All right,
no.
You know, it's fine. He'll be at one of your houses eventually.
Can I just ask though, like, what does it look like when someone overdoses on hydroxycut? Like, what are the symptoms for that?
I imagine it looks the same way as someone who has a headache, like a minor discomfort. Apparently, he was trying to drop a bunch of weight because he's obsessed with social media.
Right.
He got fat during the pandemic, so he's up to like 200 pounds. He wants to drop down to like 170 before he gets back on Instagram. So he was taking a bunch of hydroxycut, and I guess that mixed with a bunch of caffeine. He said he had McDonald's coffee of all things. I guess he had a bad reaction to it.
You know how like a lot of those pills, the way that they work is like a thermogenic. So what those pills try to accomplish is they try to increase like the heat, like the internal temperature of your body. It's kind of like the same way that your metabolism works, right? So I feel like, bro, if you just like take a handful of hydroxycut, like it's ibuprofen or something, you're just gonna be sweating profusely, just like, yeah, no, guys, this is fine. What time is it? Just 2 o'clock. God, wow, how hot is it here?
It would be so bad. It's like when you're trying to pass a drug test, you take a bunch of niacin and your skin flushes, you get pale and sweat uncontrollably, and you still fail the drug test and don't get hired at Walmart. Tough times. Are any of you guys hip hop fans at all?
Not as of recently. I was for a little bit.
No, not really.
A couple years ago, but no, not as of right now.
So would the name Tory Lanez be completely irrelevant to you?
It's ringing a bell, but no,
I've heard of it, yeah.
Okay, so you might have heard of this guy. He's a Toronto, Canada rapper. His name's Tory Lanez. He's recently known for shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot as she exited his car. Yes, normally when rappers beef, it's two guys beefing over a gang, and in this case, it was a male rapper, Tory Lanez, and Megan Thee Stallion, a female, and it got an argument. She leaves his car upset, and he shoots her in the foot. Reportedly, he said, "Dance, bitch," before he fired the shot. That's awful. That's like a scene out of Goodfellas, straight up. That's a scene in Goodfellas. So the good news is, finally, Tory Lanez has been charged with felony assault. The 5-foot rapper was charged with assault with a semi-automatic firearm, personal use of firearm, carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm. Brian, you don't do any of that stuff, do you?
I definitely don't, especially while being in Miami, because that's probably the worst place to do it. So fuck me. I'm totally glad
There's no remorse
he finally got. Maybe if I was filming Cocaine Cowboys 3, maybe. No, hey man, I think it's about time that he fucking had someone pull up on him, because I feel like he was getting a little cocky with not only trying to shoot her or shooting her, but then also trying to apologize over text message. Like, okay.
Oh no, he was trying to put out
Wait,
fake
what?
stories and like,
Just like, yo, girl, sorry, I shot your foot.
basically like, girl, like you got shot, get over it, is what he was saying. And then
It's
put
not
out,
even an apology. It's just like, yo, I'm sorry that your foot was in the way of my bullet.
yeah,
It's like a sorry,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
And then his publicist tried to put out a bunch of fake stories about Megan, trying to like incriminate her, and just a bunch of smear campaign. It's really messy. Have you guys in a marketing campaign ever decided to smear another band or shoot them in the foot? You ever thought about that as a good publicity stunt?
We
Yeah, I
haven't
can't
gone
see
through
that
that
we
route.
have.
No.
Good one. All right, probably a good
Why?
decision.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Brian, do you have a jawbreaker in your mouth? Just gonna.
No, I
mute
think
him
that's
a
just some
little
of the
bit.
meth that he picked up at the gas station.
Ooh, I
He's
have
just like, he's
something.
testing it.
And I wish I just
Water.
Oh, so he's passed through Tallahassee already. All right, cool. Good to know. All right, so you're probably not interested in Kendrick Lamar beefing with his label if you're not.
No,
interested
okay,
in
that I'm
hip-hop.
definitely interested in because I used to be a huge Kendrick fan.
Okay, so Kendrick apparently on an Instagram account that is somehow linked back to one of his artists, they said that he was going to leave Top Dog Entertainment to focus on his label PG Lang. Weird ass name for a label. He's signed a few artists recently, and he was apparently looking to focus on them more. I think it would be really stupid if he left because TDE's got like good affiliation. You got West Coast rappers. Schoolboy Q is there. I haven't heard of any of these artists he's trying to launch. I didn't even know he had his own label. He claims that this is bullshit, but you know how that is with rappers. He could be gone in a month still. You want to see him stay on the label? You big Kendrick fan still?
That's kind of a tough one, man. I mean, what exactly is it that Kendrick is beefing with specifically with the label?
That I guess it didn't say there was a specific problem, saying that he wants to leave TDE and go and like do his own thing to launch his artists. That would be cool if like he had cool artists, like, you know, Travis Scott picked up some artists. If he bounced out and started messing with them, that'd be cool. But like, I haven't heard of any of these artists Kendrick signed. I don't know if they're singers. I don't know if they're rappers. I don't know if they're like the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones and they're just a ska band and they hire one guy to just dance in the background. I have no clue.
I mean, like,
Maybe
really,
we
the
could
last
talk
time that I
about
was
that.
super into Kendrick was when he put out "To Pimp a Butterfly." I heard the Damn album and I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was as good as "To Pimp a Butterfly." That album to me was like, that was gold, bro. That set for me the bar that hip hop should be meeting at all times.
It racked up a bunch of awards too.
Yeah, dude, that album was awesome.
What's
think
funny
he
to
could
me
pull it
is
off.
I hated that album. Like,
Really?
I understand why it's popular, and I appreciate that he tried to bring like G-Funk back into like the new era. But the album just it didn't have anything that I wanted from Kendrick on it. I thought Good Kid, Mad City was perfect, and then I thought like half of Damn was a cool album. But To
Well,
Pimp a
I mean-
Butterfly just hit me in the wrong way.
So the thing with To Pimp a Butterfly is that it's a continuation of the story of Mad City. So like when you listen to the Section 80 album and then you listen to Mad City and then you listen to Pimp a Butterfly, like if you listen to all three of those albums, like from beginning to end, it's him telling the story of how when he got really heavy into like the gang life where he's from, and then like being like going into it and then being in it, and then the kind of the repercussions and consequences that it had on him. So like the Pimp a Butterfly was kind of like the period on the sentence. It was like the end of the story arc. You know what I mean? And that's what I really liked about it because of the way that it told the story.
Okay, that blows my mind because I didn't know that album was connected to Mad City, and I
Yeah,
had no
dude,
idea
if you
that
really like,
Section
if
80
you
was
like kind of like
connected.
look at the lyrics and you pay attention, because like especially like in Mad City when you like look at the lyrics, he's like all about that fucking like gang shit, dude, like all about it. And then the Pimp a Butterfly, he's like talking about the remorse of like having one of his friends die, and he's kind of like having survivor's guilt about it and stuff like that. It's pretty deep. It's like really, dude, when you pay attention to it, it's really, really, really good.
Definitely one of the more creative MCs of our generation. So definitely be looking out for that. You guys familiar with the band Mayday Parade at all? Like little emo pop rock band?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
I
course,
remember.
dude. The bands of the early 2000s, bro. That was
They're from Tallahassee.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, Florida. Yeah, I would say early like 2010s maybe, or like
Yeah.
2007 era. So they have an interesting merch item that just came out. They're selling their own candle. It's called Emotional. And I thought that was kind of funny. And what was funnier was the description for the candle. Emotional blends the freshness of lavender with woodsy notes of Palo Santo and sandalwood, adding in a dash of black pepper and patchouli to form a fragrance that encompasses the full spectrum of emotion. It's an aromatic manifestation of late night drives with your closest friends, the moment right before your favorite band takes the stage, the overwhelming sensation of listening to your favorite album on vinyl for the first time.
I wonder how long it took for them to
Sounds
actually
like-
write that out.
It sounds like
What
your
kind
band
of-
copywriter
for that?
What kind of Bed Bath and Beyond shit is this? I am not finding this candle at Hot Topic. Like, you're gonna send me like an American Yankee Doodle candle in the mail in a glass case, so it's gonna get cracked. Like what? I'm gonna buy my grandma an emotional emo rock band candle. I don't know. Would you guys ever release a candle as merch?
A candle.
If you guys ask for it, we will deliver. If you
That's
guys
just
want an
being good to
AVAT
your
candle,
fans.
I
What if
promise
you
you,
need some
dog,
extra
we're on it.
candles to summon, you know, a friend.
Now the real question is,
gotta
guys, if we were to ever make a
summon.
candle, what do you think we would make the scent?
Ooh.
If being
Ooh.
from
What if
Miami,
made one
we need to
that
make
was,
a
used for
candle.
coffee?
Okay, that's actually definitely in a more positive direction. But I was thinking, like, since we're from Miami and being in a band, we're just gonna have a candle scented grajo, and it's just gonna be like we're all just gonna like get armpit sweat and just kind of like wax it up into the candle, and then that way, when you light that candle up, you're gonna smell us. That's what we smell like when we perform.
We could have it say revisit the yesterdays of Warped.
Yeah, I mean, dude, because think about it. It makes sense, right? 2020, no one can go to shows anymore. So, like, they're missing everything about shows, especially when you go to these festivals, bro. You're bumping into, like, you know, big 400-pound plus dudes that are all sweaty. And you got to, like, oh, God. But you know what? It's those little things that, like, now, you know you miss it. Guess what?
Oh,
AVAT's
yeah.
bringing it to you.
Man, you guys would kill the aromatherapy market, bro. Just straight armpit sweat from like metal musicians. Oh yeah. Yeah, that goes for like a pretty penny on the open market, man.
There's
Um
probably a
if
fetish
you
for that.
I don't know,
If
I'm
Belle
Googling it
Delphine
right
can
now.
sell bathwater, I can definitely sell my armpit sweat.
Oh man, you know Belle Delphine. Oh, so glad you mentioned her because she sponsored this episode of the show today. No, not really. I wish. God, I fucking love that girl.
You got me.
There's just something about a 22-year-old with fake braces on that just hits you right in the heart.
Were they really fake, though?
Yeah, they're fake. I had to check because I started to feel guilty looking at her pictures. Had to double check
great.
that I.
She's a huge troll too. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's what like made me fall in love with her. I mean, besides like her beautiful eyes and the fake braces and the dimples. Are you guys big Avenged Sevenfold fans?
Yes.
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah.
Sweet. So they said they're not gonna release a new album until they can tour. Is this an excuse or just being prideful?
I mean, dude, the thing is, at the end of the day, a lot of times behind the scenes, you don't really know why it is that they're scheduling things to be a certain way. There could be a very good reason why it is that they don't want to release anything until they hit the road again. But no, you never know. I don't really think it's too much of a prideful thing. They have their own reasons, and to be honest, they can definitely get away with it because they know that we will wait like 10 years for another album, as long as it's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
And
don't want it to
it's
end
gonna
up
be
getting to
successful,
Tool
you know.
levels of waiting, please.
Oh no, but that's honestly a different level, and they know it's gonna work no matter when they put it out too. So, I mean,
I'm always amazed at like musicians and artists that get so big they no longer need publicity, radio, MTV, anything. Like Usher. Usher could drop an album right now without publicity, go talk about it on social media.
Oh yeah.
It'll go platinum, sell, whatever. Then when he decides that he's done, he can disappear, go home, stay home, and not tour and not be Usher and just be
For like
Raymond.
literally a decade.
Yeah, for as long as he wants until he decides to come back out. Eminem is the same way. He's kind of started doing that with the
100%.
past like 2 albums. Kind of disappears, comes back when he wants to. I just want to get to that level. That'd be fucking incredible.
You know what it is? I feel like a lot of that has to do with the timing where they got big, right? Because a lot of these guys, they started making their name right as the .com boom was starting to get huge. You know what I mean? So like music streaming and all that shit like had just become a thing, and they were already doing pretty well. And then like since they were some of the first artists to be introduced, like dude, I remember when I was on like LimeWire or BearShare or any of those like
BearShare.
Yeah, dude, all those websites that like you knew for a fact you were gonna get a virus on your computer. That's who I remember downloading. I remember like downloading Avenged, Kill Switch.
Friggin'
I did
Atreyu.
Usher and Eminem too.
Oh my god, man.
I was a child at one point.
The internet's
When we all
number
had the
one
torrent
stop
and
for peer-to-peer
shit.
virus sharing.
Yeah, dude.
It was like having unprotected sex with just like the nastiest of people.
With literally the whole entire internet.
Yeah, unprotected as hell.
Yeah.
Super gross. Quick note, this episode of I Hate the Scene is brought to you by the fly on Mike Pence's head. Yes, that was a strategic ad placement, but I am told most people didn't know that it had shit to do with us. So we will try harder next time. I don't normally advertise during a debate, but hey, TikTok's getting eliminated. Got to put those ads somewhere. Are you guys big movie buffs at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was totally expecting a no because like the last 8 bands I've interviewed, it seems like they don't do anything but make music.
Yeah, I mean, it gets tough. I haven't been able to really watch a lot of movies as of lately, but I do got a good repertoire of some good movies.
I don't know who it is, but it sounds like someone's chewing peanuts, but I can visibly not see anybody chewing. It is such a strange noise.
Strange.
Y'all need to
think-
stabilize your platforms.
It's cool. I'm gonna invest millions in this. Don't worry. So 2 movies that got delayed was Robert Pattinson's The Batman and the James Bond No Time to Die movies. Are you bummed that either one of those are getting delayed?
Not really. You know, unpopular opinion. I think Robert Pattinson is gonna fucking kill that shit.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's gonna kill it 100%.
I think that's the consensus right now, actually.
I mean, I don't know. From what I was seeing at first, I think everyone was talking mad shit because it's the little Twilight vampire boy, like. But I think he's gonna absolutely kill that shit 100%.
The only reason I won't diss him for being in Twilight, one, Twilight was a huge film. I tried to watch it. It was fucking terrible.
Yeah, it was definitely awful.
Robert Pattinson always shitted on that movie, like while he was in it. He made fun of the crazy fans. He was always like an anti-supporter. Like he was always denouncing that movie series.
But he still got paid.
Yeah, that makes him even more G because he took the money and ran.
Based.
hey,
And John's back.
There we
And
go.
you sound much better, my friend.
hey, better.
So much better. I don't know who was chewing peanuts, but I have a peanut allergy. Keep that away from me. So the Batman is getting pushed back to 2022. That's like fucking forever from now. And then the James Bond movie is getting pushed back to 2021, which also seems like forever. I mean, shit, December feels like
You
forever
muted?
from now.
I
Did I
think
mute myself?
so.
Who's muted?
No,
I
you're
can hear
good.
you just fine.
Oh, did John get messed up? Who can't hear who?
Yeah, we can't hear
John's
you.
literally just
Screw
there
that.
smiling like a dummy. While Rolly's got like a rave going on.
And Dimitri too.
Okay, so John can't hear
Maybe
me now.
we've been muted.
What happened? I didn't do shit. Y'all can't hear me?
John will figure it out. I can hear you just fine. We're good.
Okay, so John's got a problem.
Apparently, Rolly can't hear you either.
Oh, all right. So we'll figure this out. So no one's muted on my screen. Boom. You hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Definitely, it's got to be on your end. I definitely hear myself.
Oh, hey, I hear you. I hear you now.
Sweet. Now
Nice.
we're rolling.
Hey.
The entire band of Mastodon is currently collecting unemployment because of the pandemic. They came out recently and
saw
said
that.
this. It made headlines. What's your guys' view on like how musicians are handling the pandemic? Just really
I
shitty
think-
times.
Yeah, I think
You
this
have
really,
to
really sucks.
understand,
I
I guess that
I totally
most of
understand
these
that.
guys have families, and when they're not out on the road, they're not contributing to that. So I think it's important for fans to understand just how much of a fine line there is for guys like Mastodon who have kind of this niche in the market. I mean, they're not like the mega stars like Korn or anything like that, where they're making that kind of money. But they are the upper echelon of that mid tier. I would say that they compare in that level, and so when something like this happens, they get hit so hard. And there are several bands that are out there right now who desperately need support. That's why so many people like Mayday are coming out with like these little knickknacks
Candles.
and whatnot. Sell candles and masks and what have you, and it's I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all because this is our profession. I mean, what are we here to say? I mean, that we're not entitled to that. I mean, we also pay taxes too for everything that as we do as Americans. So I think it's not a horrible thing for them to do, and I think it's well within their right.
I think a lot of fans have like a misinterpretation about bands and like different levels of fame. Like you were putting Mastodon at like an upper middle tier type of thing. They just assume if you have an album in any store in America that you're famous and that you make plenty of money. When a lot of bands don't. A lot of bands are like blue
I'm
collar
gonna
guys.
do my best Donald Trump
Yes.
impression.
Breaking even.
Wrong. You're wrong. Wrong.
You're fired.
You're wrong. No, but like
I can't hear
This
you
is a great
saying-
podcast. This is the greatest podcast. I've had plenty of hosts come through, and they're great hosts.
I just, dude, it's just like you gotta understand, like the way that a lot of times too, like you could have the absolute best record deal, and you could have the absolute best contract where you keep a very reasonable amount of money so long as you're actually going on tour and playing shows. But as soon as that stops, so does the money. A lot of these musicians, dude, they have to make their living on tour. Granted, a lot of times if they're successful, like a lot of those mid to high tier bands like Mastodon, which is definitely an appropriate tier to put them on, they get paid very large sums, but in short periods of time. They don't get paid salaries.
Let me
They don't
see
get
that
like, if they're not working, they're not getting paid. It's like a lot of contract jobs, for example, like a roof contracting company, as long as you got houses to work on, you're getting paid. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
if a hurricane hasn't come through in like 5 years, which is Miami, is like not ever going to happen, you're out of business. You know what I mean? Like you got to have the work in order to get paid. And there's no securities. There's no like coronavirus insurance when you're in a band, so things like this can happen. And that's it. And then this is a really common occurrence too. Whenever, for example, let's say like a band member gets injured, this happens all the time, especially with metal vocalists, where like they fuck up their voice, they rupture, like they bust a hernia, something like that. They can't play shows. You know what I mean? Especially with that being the front man, they can't do nothing about that. So there's a lot of risk when you decide to choose this line of line of work.
Oh
It
yeah.
happens. It happens to the best of us.
There's only a few states that are actually looking out for people like you guys. Like what they call it is I think right now you would be considered an unpaid gig worker, that you're not getting paid for gigs. There are no gigs to be had. And so like states like California, you are able to file that unemployment. Some other states are not as kind, don't really have the back of the touring industry. But you look around, it's like a Live Nation laying off people. I just saw Disney World now is laying off 25,000 people, mostly in Florida.
Yeah.
The pandemic sucks and it's ruining the live music industry. What do you guys like? What have you thought about when things do return? Because I've tried to remain positive, and I've had a lot of negative thoughts as well, like raising ticket prices when you can only go half capacity in order. Because I drive bandwagons and like Mercedes Sprinters and stuff, so I'm trying to think of like the band making money. So I can also get a decent wage by working with successful bands. And if the band can't get paid because shows are half capacity or people are not, I think there's going to be a big urge to go out to shows that people won't be so scared, that they're going to be so desperate for the entertainment that they'll flock to shows. That it's just crazy. Like half my friends are bummed out because there are no shows. The other half are bummed out because we're fucking broke because we have no work. Bands can't tour. Drivers like me can't get paid. Merch guys are dead broke. I mean, I'm selling weed. Like, email me if you need something. Like, it is tough times. It's rough. It sucks. It's like I look at like it's difficult to release music in this climate. Just the fucking worst year ever.
I honestly, I feel like this
Young people are fearless, honestly. So I mean,
yeah,
even
shows aren't really going to go away.
If it's really anything like what it's been like in Florida, I mean, people are going to rush out. Young people are not going to care. So I mean, there are going to be people going out, whether it's going to be safe-ish.
I think, well, first and foremost,
what
we're
it's going to
going to be
look
playing
like,
this
you know, is
by
different
ear.
too. Yeah.
This is going to be a thing that we're all going to have to play by ear for a long time. And when I say a long time, like we're not going to fully understand or recover from everything that's happened this year, probably for like the next 5 years being short. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. That's
So-
another thing people are not factoring in, the repercussions for years to come. Yeah.
I think what's going to end up happening is that there's going to be like a huge reform of the entertainment industry that's going to have to work around. I mean, dude, for example, there's been a bunch of big bands where they'll do pop-up shows like at hotels, and you rent the room at the hotel on the balcony and then you watch the show from the balcony. You know what I mean? There's been a couple of bands that have done that already. Drive-through shows. Metallica did a drive-through show actually here in I don't know if it was in Miami, but it was down here in South Florida.
It was nationwide.
Yeah. So I mean, we're gonna have to adapt. We're gonna have to like really start from the ground up, and we're gonna need to be creative about like problem-solving solutions. You know what I mean? We can probably still pull money and still pull the numbers, still pull the people in a way that people are going to enjoy the show still and have fun, but there's going to need to be a lot of creative problem solving going on so that until eventually we can get things back to normal, we can do like festivals and stuff like that. But you know, you're going to need some big brain people that are going to have to like really come up with stuff.
It's going to be different for a long time.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I think there's going to be like a lot of microtransactions. That's how I feel that's going to
definitely
really play a huge role in things. So just expect a lot of microtransactions on your ticket prices. I mean, if you thought it was bad before, I can only expect it to get worse from here on out. But and
honestly, it's probably going to
get more difficult as we move on. But
it's probably going to be a great period for music, though, and all the bands that are going to be coming out with great ideas for merch. So, I mean, the quality of merch and music and who survives and who doesn't is probably going to go way high. You know, adversity breeds a lot in the arts during a lot of these times. So, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of great music over the next couple years, too.
That's a brilliant point to make. I think you're right. I think the music industry, from the music side, the touring world, I think it's all going to evolve. I think that while a lot of artists have been sitting at home kind of having to rely on the pennies they're making off streams, I think that there's going to be some forced reform on the streaming stuff. It seems like every day you're finding out that more and more artists are getting just ripped off on these album streams. Like, unless you go to Tidal, where like no one's really gonna hear your album, like you don't make much off streams. I think Rolly's right with the microtransactions. If you can't do shit right now, and we're not going to be able to do anything for the rest of the year. When 2021 rolls up, it's probably going to be like maybe 6 months, maybe the entire year before we're able to go do fun stuff again. So if my $20 concert ticket is now $40 and there's half as many people there and I have to pay for bullshit fees like a pandemic fee or a MAGA fee, I don't even care. Just give it to me. I want to go to the show. If it's half capacity, even better. Less people to mosh into me. Whatever. We'll make it work. But it's going to be some forced, less COVID. It's going to be some forced change.
Just want to add on the fact that you knew that little tidbit about Tidal, that shows you do your homework.
Yeah.
You know what's up.
I definitely tried to. I was working for a record label for a few years doing all their tours, and I asked them which streaming service paid them the most. They said, well,
the
Tidal.
One no one uses.
He goes, well, Tidal, but don't even fucking bother with that. And I'm like, well, I use Apple Music. He goes, cool, that does better per stream than Spotify does. And I said, all right, I'm going to stick with Apple Music and support the artist. Because for like 15 years, like from when I was in high school, college, and all after that, I bootlegged albums nonstop. I mean, sorry, Dance Gavin Dance. I haven't paid for like an album since like 07. But, now I do. $10 a month. In some funnier news about the pandemic, rapper Gunna was on an Instagram video recently and called the pandemic a panoramic. Pass or no pass?
I need context.
No pass.
He said
no context.
The context was he said, it's a panoramic out there. Yeah. We want our money now, is what he said.
I say pass.
All right.
I say pass. Because hear me out. Maybe he was thinking conceptually of taking a panoramic picture, because it can't just be a normal picture, too small. Panoramic picture to see all of the people that have been affected by COVID.
I love that you're trying to justify.
It's a panoramic out here. Pass.
Could have called it a Porsche Panamera.
Pan American.
Something. Oh my God. Yeah. I saw that comment. I was like, it really do be a panoramic though. So shouts to Gunna. He's really slick. If you want some chill rap music, go check out his album. Other rappers acting stupid on the internet. Another Instagram live video. This time, Rick Ross. He's shown wearing a ton of Louis Vuitton gear, ton of Louis duffel bags and a backpack, luggage. He's walking onto a private jet, and as soon as the video was posted, he was immediately called out by fashion experts for wearing fake Louis Vuitton. Is it cool to rock the mock, or is that a fashion faux pas?
Yes. Nope.
100%.
Absolutely.
You were so quick on that.
No. Well, we're just not in that tax bracket. Totally okay.
Apparently he is, and he's still rocking the fakes.
That's why he's in that tax bracket.
Has he saved his money?
Hey man, look, listen. The same way that a lot of your favorite bands, who people think make money, don't make money. I would definitely believe with like every cell of my body.
I'm sure
that these rappers, a lot of these rappers that look like they're like big money ballers, they're broke.
No, I'm sure Rick Ross is a big money baller, dude. That's all.
I'm sure that Rick Ross makes money. I'm sure that when we're talking about tax brackets, I'm definitely sure that Rick Ross is in like 7,000 tax brackets above me.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with being frugal. You know what I mean? Like,
that's very.
You gotta waste money to look good.
Of course, that's the name of the game.
What's that suburb? What is it? Miami Gardens. It used to be called Carroll City, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that your hood, dude?
That's your hood?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Well, if you're a Rick Ross fan, you might know that his rap clique was called the Carroll City Crew or something like that. He has a song where he says, "Carroll City, I'll shoot you in the head if you call it Miami Gardens." That was a little bit of a. That was how I learned about suburbs of Miami.
They have a great football game, by the way.
Yeah, it's like actually not that bad though. You know, take a trip to Main Street. You know, you see it's pretty nice.
So he's fronting. I mean, because he used to be a prison guard, and now he's like a coke dealing rapper. So
Wait, for
something
real?
that-
He used to be a corrections officer?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
straight
proven fact. Yep, Officer Ricky was the name of the song 50 Cent put out to diss him when he found that out.
No way, dude.
Weren't you just
Yeah,
talking about
oh,
rappers
man.
being fake?
There's
Hey,
pictures
man.
on the internet. There's pictures on the internet if you want to look it up, dude.
Like him in uniform?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And,
Dude.
And even more
Dude.
disgusting, you can find pictures
He's
of Rick
so
Ross
big,
without
too.
sunglasses on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they exist. It's disgusting.
He has eyes.
That's what I thought about Little John. Like, oh my god, he has eyeballs. I just imagine this guy only living at night. All right, fuck all that. So everyone knows Tommy Lee from Motley Crue, right? Who doesn't love Tommy Lee?
Of
No, of
course,
course.
yes.
Tommy Lee claims before he got sober that he was drinking 2 gallons of vodka a day. Is he lying?
Damn.
I feel like I believe. Damn, gallons?
I
though?
don't know,
Dude, does alcohol come
I don't
in
know
gallons?
Russian,
How would he measure that?
but I was once
They come
told
in
that
liters,
vodka
don't they?
literally means water in Russian.
Come in
Don't
That's
take
not
this from me.
accurate. That was a Russian joke that wasn't funny.
Oh, all right. So I just told the same not funny joke. All right, cool.
In Soviet
Oh.
Russia, car drive you.
I mean, dude,
Um,
I don't know. I feel like your body can adapt to things in a way that's like absolutely insane, right? As long as you do like a slow exposure kind of thing, you know, I feel like it's doable. Not
Are you
for
telling
like
me
a
to
sustainable
microdose
period of
vodka
time.
right now?
I mean,
Yes.
dude, think about it like this: like when you're on tour for like
That's exactly
X amount
what
of
it's
years,
saying.
when you're on tour, especially for as long as these guys, and you're drinking every single night, right? Like you have to drink more in order to get drunk because your body develops like the tolerance. So I could very easily believe someone getting to the point where they had to actually have to drink that much in order to like feel something.
You're like a fucking
possible.
scientist, dude. That was the smartest shit I've heard all week. That
You
was
should tune into
brilliant.
my podcast.
Hey, unless you're paying for advertising, we can't talk about the podcast.
No, I was just kidding. I don't even got a podcast. I'm not that interesting.
Oh man, it seems like everyone has a podcast. So this is the part of the show where we say R.I.P. Eddie Van Halen. That was some shitty news this week. Even shittier if it happened on your birthday.
Yeah, dude. Right? Imagine if Eddie Van Halen died on your birthday, October 6th. That would.
God, you'd
that
have to
would-
be a real dickhead for that to happen.
Dang.
Also, happy birthday
glad
to
I'm not
Eddie
that guy.
Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero,
Oh.
R.I.P. would have been 53 today. Shouts to him. Viva la Raza.
Oh yeah, my
Uh,
birthday week we lose him and fucking Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
I
pretty
remember
much.
this one.
Wow.
And I got
25?
another one for you. John Lennon's birthday. Yeah, happy 80th to John Lennon. That's the guy married to Chrissy Teigen, right?
I think so.
Yes.
He does the songs with Kanye. Yeah. Whatever. You get them mixed
Oh
up.
man.
Are you guys gamers at all?
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
Sweet. All right, we get a lot of no's, and then it's like, all right, cool. Well, I guess you just didn't fucking play anything. I'm trying to look for an Xbox Series X pre-order. You guys trying to pre-order new consoles? You having any luck?
PC
No.
life, baby.
PS5.
PC.
I
Wow.
have my-
Okay, so we
I
gotta
have my
kick
PC.
Dimitri.
I'm not gonna.
I have
I'm not
my
gonna
PC,
try that.
but I
You
like my
never.
PS5.
You never try the pre-save.
Are all of you
You never
PC
tried.
gamers?
No.
No,
Okay,
I'm on
thank
Xbox.
God.
I'm on Xbox and I
Um,
got the Switch.
Xbox is
but
totally
I-
acceptable.
You can't try that pre-save when it first comes out. You're not gonna get it. Come on.
Oh no, I love it, dude. I love getting the launch consoles because that's when they have all the issues and you get to complain like, oh, I wish I didn't get it so early because now it doesn't work. And then meanwhile, all your other friends don't even have the console to complain about. I love doing that. Favorite
Does
part
it-
of Christmas every year.
Red Ring of Death was so traumatizing. There's a whole
Yeah, I still
generation
got
that
PTSD from that.
does not pre-save any console right off the bat.
I still
Which is
sweat
why-
when I see red lights, bro. I'm not okay from that.
Oh man.
Xbox needs to take
This is
out
what I
all the
also-
lights from
give
there.
a huge shout out to the Heat who just won against the Lakers.
Woo!
Throw it up.
Did they? Oh
Yeah, boy.
Survive
I knew that,
another day. Yo, did Jimmy Butler have another breakout game?
Man, him and Hero, bro. They're killing it. They're killing the game.
Tyler
Love it.
Hero. Okay, well, this might not be PC, but I am curious to see Tyler Hero's DMs. I bet you he's got the flyest honeys in his DMs right now. 20 years old in the finals, in the NBA bubble, single. in the finals.
That's dangerous.
You know they wear pink jerseys once in a while, bro. Bring it on. Bring it on. He's probably drowning in choach right now.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yo, that's a good one,
I'm
dude.
sure,
I remember that one.
Drowning in choach or
Choach.
oh yeah,
That's going to be a tour favorite for Dimitri.
Shouts to all my Dominican friends who use that word. That's where I got it from. Have you guys seen this Cyberpunk 2077 game that's coming out
Yes, dude.
soon?
I'm getting
Oh
it.
my
I'm
With
getting it. I'm getting it.
Keanu.
I'm getting
it.
Keanu.
People like Dimitri are who I got a problem with. Okay, so this game hasn't come out yet. It's only pre-orders, and it's already certified gold. So it's sold a shit ton of copies. We have no idea if it's even good, but you saw how excited Dimitri got for this game based off like what 3 videos and a couple screenshots of Keanu Reeves and digital.
Nah,
That game-
you need to do your
that game
homework,
is
son,
coming out-
because
that
there's
game is
already
coming out half
gameplay.
done.
There's already videos of
You
gameplay.
said like 20 minutes ago that I did my homework.
Well,
you are
not on
gonna
this
get a
one, Chief.
half-done game,
It's like
my guy.
saying like when
You are gonna get a half-done game, and by DLC 3, you're finally gonna have the full game.
I'll wait.
It's like saying Norman Reedus when he was working with Hideo Kojima, and they were showing that teaser. Oh man,
Yeah,
like,
but
I mean, come on, everyone was hyped for that, man, and then it didn't come out. It was just like,
the thing is, you know that guy is not going to come out with a half-finished game that's going to need 3 DLCs to be an actually cohesive thing. You know it's going to be a long game. Whether it's going to be good, but it's going to be something that he thought of, and it's going to be finished.
Well,
and
to be
parent
fair, Project Red has already delayed the release of Cyberpunk 2077, I think twice now. If I'm
Yeah,
not
it's been
mistaken.
delayed a few times at least.
It's been delayed a few times,
They spent all
which
the money.
honestly,
They spent all the money
to
on
me,
Keanu Reeves. That's why.
It's a good
That's
sign,
right.
right?
That's right.
It's a good. I think, dude, the fact that they delayed it that much already is a good sign because, like, when you have these like AAA studios that are set on a date, bro, like they got to release these games right before Christmas so that all these like depressed ass parents can buy their kids games and stuff. Like, they have to stick to that scheduled deadline, and they don't care. They don't care if it sucks. They don't care if it's actually good. They're just like, yo, we need to make these graphics
parents.
bomb.
We are not.
Doesn't matter if,
They
like,
are not Square Enix.
You know,
Okay.
5 things. This game's super boring. Who cares? The graphics are great, and they stick to the schedule. They're like, no, this ain't ready. Wait,
I heard a Square Enix drop in the middle of that.
I'm good with that.
Have you seen what they're coming out with the Avengers game? It's gonna be a microtransaction machine.
Oh god, hold on. Square Enix is doing an Avengers game?
Yes.
That's
And
kind
it's
of a
gonna
big
be-
deal.
It's gonna no, it's not. They are gonna
No.
they are gonna
I hope you
Oh
know
my
this guy.
goodness.
fast and
Gracious.
Oh, we got ramen.
We have
He made it?
Romulo.
I'm
Only for
like,
a
I
brief
hope you
moment,
know
for a brief
him.
moment. I'm at work, bro, but I thought I'd stop by.
bro.
I was wondering what that 7-Eleven sign in the background was.
Dude, you made him look. He's just like,
I did. I'm
Uh,
gone.
Oh yeah.
Should we do a roll call? I kind of never introduced anyone like 43 minutes ago.
yeah, let's go.
Who's first?
All right, Rom, since you decided to just go ahead and join all willy-nilly, you can go ahead and lead the
What-
charge.
What do you want me to say? Just who I am, what I do?
Your name, what you're addicted to, and how old you are.
My name's Roms. I'm addicted to anime, and I'm a musician.
Hey, welcome.
Well,
What
thanks
do
for
you
having
play?
me.
Just anime, no hentai.
I dabble in it every now and then, but I like to keep
Here
it
and there.
PG.
Dude, I don't dabble. I put that shit on the big TV in the middle of the day and invite over guests. Yeah, I like
He's
tentacles,
pure, he's
and I'm
a
hungry
big
for
defender.
calamari.
What's good?
Yeah, what's good?
Also,
Rolly, I
Roms
think.
is our drummer, by the way.
Oh yeah, that would have helped.
I play
Yeah.
dumb.
I played them.
You might as well just say I'm a recording artist.
Yeah, there you go.
Provide no info. Okay, so we
Also,
got
I-
Roms the drums.
I am Rolly. I am the singer for AVAT.
What are you addicted to, Rolly?
Man, I am addicted to some juicy ass hamburgers.
I did not think he was going to end that.
Yeah,
sentence with
honestly, yo, I
hamburgers.
was thinking the same thing, dude. Like he started that real hard and then gave the dramatic pause. I'm like, Rolly, you know we're live, right?
Rolly likes WAP.
Wet ass patties.
Oh god.
Cheesy wet ass hamburger patty.
I'm just thinking of that old cartoon guy. I will gladly pay you for a cheeseburger tomorrow for one today. Wet ass patties. John, you want to state your name?
My name is Jonathan. I play bass, and I'm addicted to Call of Duty, I guess, at the moment.
Accurate.
That you are.
Would have respected you more if you said black tar heroin. Dimitri?
Fair enough.
All right. My name's Dimitri. Play guitar
Martin.
for AVAT. And I'm addicted to whey protein. That's all I got.
Did you just plug your protein products on my show?
If I had protein products to plug,
The show would
I would have a lot more money
different.
than I do right now.
All right, let's see what else I got on the docket. 80s and 90s, best eras of pop culture ever. True or false?
Tough.
Didn't
Mm,
I would-
Better than
I would say-
90s.
I would say
wasn't
true.
there.
True.
It's technically just both, the 80s and 90s, basically saying the 80s and 90s are better than the 2000s, the 2010s, and the 2020s. I know it's better than now because everyone's getting canceled.
definitely.
You can't even have pop culture now.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the 80s
Look,
and the
there's
90s had a
nothing-
really, really strong pop culture. Now, the thing is, though, the early 2000s was nothing to scoff at. We think of it as cringy now because it was something that we grew up with. But looking back on it, I think the early 2000s pop culture was super strong. 80s and 90s was just cooler. I think it's better for sure. But early 2000s, like, that ain't nothing to scoff at.
Ain't nothing beat Jersey Shore nights on Thursdays. Okay.
Oh, wow,
Peak-
wow. Not where I thought you were
peak-
going.
Peak of pop culture was maybe the 2-3 years that those were on. Wow.
I'm gonna best you with another reality show. Flavor of Love and I Love New York.
Oh,
I was all about that flavor of love.
Flavor of Love was better than I Love New York for sure.
The art of being ratchet.
Oh my god.
Listen, guys,
Like,
the early 2000s is what gave Joe Rogan the base to stand on in Fear Factor.
Yeah,
Or
most
Fear
of our
Factor?
fans are 13-year-old metalcore fans. So they have no idea Joe Rogan even hosted a show called Fear Factor.
Or Newsroom.
That they no,
Oh
they
my
they're about
Bro, I forgot about
Ludacris.
Newsroom. Oh my god.
They're about the
Rock
Ludacris
of
Fear
Love.
Factor.
Rock of Love all day. Are we giving Rock of Love with Brett Michaels any shine?
Oh, with
Rock of Love.
Oh my god, that was so good.
Yo, yeah. I
They've
remember
been
that.
trying to recreate Rock of Love and Flavor of Love ever since those two shows came out, and you just can't. It's the characters, man. You can't.
They should have done Rock of Love with Lemmy. They really missed a golden opportunity with that. Would have been amazing. Just imagine the dates.
That would have been cool.
Would have been good. It's all about the ratchet reality shows, right? Because no one cares about Survivor, Big Brother, or The Mole, or any of that shit, right?
No,
That's
no
kind of
one
like old
Yeah,
people
it's
stuff.
It's all about Bad Girls Club.
Oh my god. Are you watching these on your own, or is this like your girlfriend's picks?
Like, I don't even know about these.
Yeah, a lot of them I would watch them. Yeah, with her.
Okay,
And
thank
then-
God.
I mean, but I mean, if you've watched Bad Girls Club, that thing is so great. There's just fights in every episode. I mean, I started watching that thing by myself, and I can say that was honestly, I'm not even ashamed of it. It's a great program.
Maybe you should
Like
be.
that it changed. I would watch it. It's like it's almost the closest thing to watching the UFC.
Oh shit. Okay. Did any of you guys watch that whack ass Superman show back in the day called Smallville? You familiar
Smallville,
with
yeah.
that?
I did, yeah, on the CW.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw a few.
Let me take you down a little rabbit hole. Are you familiar that the two female stars from the show, Allison Mack and Kristen Kruk, are in a real life sex cult?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's in jail, dude.
That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
She's in jail.
No, what's
Where?
disgusting is the whole time that I was in high school fantasizing about them, they were in a real life sex cult, getting it on, while I was in high school, not. That's what's fucked up. Apparently, they're part of an organization called NXIVM, which is a cult based out of Albany, New York, used as a recruiting platform for a group known as the Vow. If you think this sounds like something out of a movie, you're correct, because HBO is now filming a television series based on this cult. Is that shit insane?
What?
Dude, this guy convinced these girls to brand themselves.
Yeah, pretty
What?
much.
And it
That
had-
is crazy, dude.
with a mark, and then people noticed that shit's his initials.
Okay,
God.
so what rang really creepy for me in this story was when I read that the organization's name is NXIVM. I don't know if you guys are creeps on the internet like me, but I had a bunch of random hot chicks on Facebook, and I noticed a bunch of them turned out to be models, some of them, and they would list this as their occupation, that they worked for this organization, and they're apparently known for like human trafficking, sex trafficking. It's really fucking
shit.
scary when you think about it, because there was a lot of women like trying to rep this company. Have you ever heard of it before? Did you know any of these other details? Fucking loony.
No.
No, it's crazy.
No, dude.
I think it's really crazy how, like, in the past few years, you didn't hear a lot about human sex trafficking. Like, obviously everyone knew that it was a thing, but for
Yeah.
whatever reason, when the whole Epstein thing came out in 2020 and the Ghislaine Maxwell, like, now the floodgates have opened, and it's like it's everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's everywhere, especially like in Hollywood. And dude, it's insane. It's insane of
Yeah,
like
man.
how much of a network this is, and with what would appear to be normal people. So that to me is what weirds me out the most about it.
It's an interesting point you bring it up, that it's not really like publicized so much. Like, yeah, we've always known it existed, but you just don't see it in the news. If you read up on like all the stuff Ashton Kutcher's done in like the past 10 years,
Dude, yeah,
it's-
I know.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
I
dude,
mean,
he's the
none
beast.
of that-
phenomenal person right there.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I found
none
out
of
about
that stuff is
recently.
in the news. Like, you find it
I
all
know, and
online.
I
Nobody
think it
talks
deserves
about
to
it.
be. Yeah,
Exactly.
For
He's
sure,
a real
man.
life hero.
absolutely.
Yeah, he's
I
a
think
real
it's
one.
crazy that things escalated to the point where people really thought that you could buy cabinets off Wayfair that came with trafficked children. Because if that was true, and it costs $13,000 for this cabinet, and you get a trafficked child in it, don't you think that some celebrities like Ashton Kutcher would have bought a few of them and liberated the children?
That's crazy.
It's just, I mean, on one hand, it's like I'm glad that everyone's so alert that you're willing to be paranoid about it, but it's also really annoying to see you dilute such a serious subject with bullshit conspiracies. So that it's just crazy. The internet is crazy.
The internet is
Very
absolutely
true.
crazy. And the thing is too, bro, I feel like a lot of it is with everything that's happened in 2020, you can say the absolute most ludicrous bullshit, and compared to some of the other things that have happened already this year, you'd be like, I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, like it's so hard to dismiss anything at this point, dude. If you would have told me on New Year's Eve 2019 that like this year we would have had coronavirus, that we would have had the Epstein Ghislaine Maxwell thing, that we would
Kobe
have had
dying.
Kobe dying in a helicopter crash,
Bro.
the killer hornets that apparently everyone kind of forgot about already because it was only around for like a couple months or some shit. Dude, if you would have told me all of this shit was gonna happen, I'd be like, dude, you smoking some good shit. Like, but now at this point, bro, like literally, I could see on the news right now, like Godzilla coming up on Miami Beach. I'd be like, damn. I don't think my shutters can handle that one, dude.
If I saw Godzilla crawling out of the ocean, I would just feel like I owe someone $20. Like, I feel like I lost a bet. Like, this year has gone to absolute shit.
Tree Fitty.
I told that Loch Ness monster it owed me. All right. So now we can get to the fun part of the podcast when we do the interview. Yay!
Nice.
Oh
times.
wow! Check out that banner.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's we
That's
fired our
cool.
graphic designer. It's all good.
Oh,
What I thought was really interesting about you guys that like kind of drew me to you was your approach at releasing songs instead of releasing like singles in anticipation for an album. We had a guest on like a few months back, Casey Sable, who was doing something similar. And I thought it was a really interesting path to go down, but it made perfect sense, especially for this type of shitty year that we were discussing. What is your guys' approach to releasing music?
So I have an answer for this, but I feel like I've been talking a lot, so I want to give everyone else an opportunity to share.
That's so kind of you.
Well, I'd have to say that the general approach that we try to take is just to put something that's quality out there. Whether it's the single or an EP or an album, we want to put our 100% focus on that because we want to see how far we can take ourselves musically and challenge ourselves to really think outside the box. Every single time that we get together to write, it's, you know, a challenge to try and supersede what we've done. And I think it's really the end game is just to keep getting better and better, you know.
Do you guys like have your own studio? Do you record yourself? Are you guys like audio wizards?
Oh, we're blessed.
So
Man.
we'll all demo.
Yeah, we have stuff to record at home. But we are blessed enough to go to Lifehouse Studios and stuff and record with an awesome producer. Shout out to Mariano.
Mariano, that's the boy.
And so, I mean, we do have those facilities when we go in to try and go and see what it really sounds like, or at least play together, you know. So
Yeah. So the use of the studio is something that's kind of covered in the contract agreement that we have, which is pretty awesome considering because we essentially have unlimited studio time, so long as we can schedule it with everyone that we need to. And really to make use of the time the best that we can beforehand, we'll hash out some demos and stuff with the recording gear that we have at our own homes, or sometimes even Rolly, like we'll just do like a voice memo and then, you know, send it into the group chat and like we'll try to work off of it from there. But once we have a solid idea, we just bring it to the studio, we track it out, see what happens. We also use the studio for rehearsing as well. And every time we go to the studio, if all of us are there, we're rehearsing. We have a full set list of what we have as far as what we have played for shows before and what we would play for a show if we were to get one anywhere in the near future, which is very unlikely. But it's definitely important for us that we keep that like sharp. So we rehearse the stuff that we have already that's like set in stone, that like this is part of our set list. And then we'll get together and we'll write some new stuff.
That's pretty uncommon to have like unlimited studio time. That's insane.
And we're very thankful for it. The agreement that we have with Apocalypse is amazing.
We're extremely lucky and we're blessed to have that opportunity, honestly.
Absolutely.
Have you ever thought of like creating like a 50-man entourage and walking in there like a rapper with a bunch of chains on saying, nah, you guys, you ain't going nowhere. We doing this album tonight.
No, that's how we lose that very quickly.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely don't take my advice. I haven't had a record label.
No, but definitely the situation is very, very fruitful and lax. So I mean, we appreciate that, and it allows us to be ourselves and get creative with the way that we write. So
yeah, I mean, you can hit the studio whenever. I'm sure you can get a lot of creative outlets going. Rolly, where did you get those pipes, my man?
Well, I've been singing since as long as I can remember. High school, I did a little bit of drama, chorus, that kind of stuff. I started doing bands early on. Tried to do some kind of, Linkin Park type of deal. And
hell yeah.
That never panned out, but I mean, here I am today. I've always kind of looked up to the greats, Metallica, Zeppelin, and hearing those as a kid just really showed just this greatness. It's just like, I mean, you put on these albums like the Black Album, and you're just like, I've gone dark.
How did that happen?
I have timers here. Let me turn this on.
I was like, wow, man, his camera.
What's funny is that we could literally just only see the reflection of his glasses for a second. It looked like a really dramatic scene from an anime where he's just like,
you see Black Album and it went dark. That's
yo, you should probably get your house checked out for ghosts, dog.
Bro, don't bring
that was terrifying. If this was an anime, if this was an anime, his glasses would have started shining and he would have focused really intensely on them. Yeah.
He would have
evil genius.
His voice would have gone out lower and it would have been like, You push them up.
But honestly, it's a lot of practice and just reaching. I find myself trying to match other artists' vocal patterns and that kind of stuff. I really practice my vibrato a lot, and I'm always hungry to learn more. So anytime that I see a new vocal coach out there with some kind of new ideas, like I do my research and I'll try to see if there's anything scientifically that's that would be better for my voice. But it's that and keeping good health and that kind of stuff. So for anybody
That's a
out
big
there
one.
trying to sing, get rest, sing, and practice every day. So
Very nice. I am
And drink
also
water.
always hungry, but I am not singing. What is some of the like subject matter that's in your lyrics? Do you guys get like political? Do all your songs kind of mean something? Or are you one of those that write songs that mean absolutely nothing and the fans are confused?
Broly has this amazing gift where he doesn't think about a subject. He just writes off the cuff, but that
He doesn't think he
subconsciously it
does.
actually ends up being like very relevant.
We will read it and we'll be like, oh, okay, he's talking about this very specific.
And then he's like,
thing.
oh wait,
And
I
then
am.
he'll be like, no, I'm not, definitely not. And then
And then
like
5 minutes later, he's like, oh shit.
like 4 weeks later, he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
The creative
Oh,
process is a motherfucker, man. It could take you all different ways. Do you guys have like any sort of like what inspires you? Do you take nature walks? Do you get amped up by Rambo movies? What is it?
What does inspire you, Rolling?
Okay, definitely the Rambo movies. That's number
Such a
one on the
cop-out.
tier list. Dude, especially when you gotta lay out a super heavy track, bro, and you just see him just like, "Grrrah," and you're just like, I gotta write a song about killing something. That's
I
that real brutal
really
Might try
dig
that,
the
actually.
whole theatricality of things. So when you listen to Avenged Sevenfold, and you listen to bands like back in the day, My Chemical Romance, when they were still active and doing stuff, I really appreciate those kind of records. Receiving End of Sirens and the Deer Hunter, and all
Treo's
that.
throwback.
Bro, I mean, they're just so good, and I've always appreciated this story arc, right? So I think that that's always a challenge for me, and I've always wanted to do that. So maybe that might be in the cards one day for us. And we've had some concept ideas thrown about, but we don't try to focus on just one thing at at any given moment. So it's just whatever we're feeling with the music.
Not bad. What do you think is the most unique aspect about your guys' band?
So that's kind of
Rolly, man.
Yeah, definitely. If we had to put a characteristic, Rolly's vocals are unmatched.
There's this heaviness to the guitar riffs, and then this soothing warmth to Rolly's voice once he comes in with those soft vocals. Do you get what I mean? And then
I think warmth is a good word to use.
Yeah, and then he hits you with a little of that grit. Do you get what I mean? So it's like it kind of contrasts the guitars in a way where it's like I know there's tons of metal bands that do it, but I think
there's even more that do it and don't do it well.
The way that Rolly does it, I think, really matches and it works, and it's a really strong point of what we do well. So,
Rolly, did you ever listen to Protest the Hero at all?
Yeah,
bro,
a little bit.
Yes, we all lived Protest.
Do you get those comparisons a lot?
I have heard it, and I'm honestly flattered when I hear that because he's such a powerhouse, and I have deep respect for his writing skills. I actually think that they're not even at the level of what they could reach. So I'm really hoping that I hear a new album from them.
They dropped one a month or two ago.
No, they didn't.
No, they did not.
I swear to God, yeah, we reviewed it. They totally did. It was one of those self-funded GoFundMe type albums. Yeah,
Oh,
it's on
yeah,
my iTunes.
Thank
I'll-
you
that would
for
make sense.
this. You just
I don't
put me
think you-
onto something. That's,
all right, cool. I'm glad I put you guys
I'm
on
so
that. I don't
excited.
think you sound
Yo,
identically
don't-
like him. I think like the structure, like half of the structure is similar, and then like half of the way he sings is kind of similar, and then the rest is like Rolly's own touch on it. But I did hear a little bit of protest with it. Yeah,
There is
that's
a
it.
real-
It's a
there's
weird
a
name,
real-
right?
Guys, I think, yes, this is going to be my
There's a
Saturday right here. Palimpsest
Yo,
is what it's
for
called.
real.
Fucking shout out to Protest right there.
See how I hate the scene puts you on to new music.
Damn right.
Yo, Protest dropped a new album.
I'm glad you.
I hate the
Dude,
scene.
I'm-
Secretly loves the
I'm-
scene.
I
Just
I
don't
mean-
tell no one.
Kinda. It's like you ever like met like young fans who like come out and they say
Everybody.
really ignorant shit about bands like, oh yeah, I like that band, but only the early stuff. Like I don't like the new stuff. Like only
Dude.
like early protests, like anything after like '08, they're dead to me. They're fucking
You know what's
dead to me.
funny is that I was literally having a conversation with someone about that the other
first
day,
album's perfect though.
where like I feel like
First album's perfect.
metal
That's beside
metal is
the
one of the
point.
only genres where that exists. I feel
Oh,
like metal
man.
and rock. I feel like that, especially as far as like popular music goes, I feel like those are
Yeah,
the
I
only
hear
two
that
genres
along
where
with,
it's like
Bring Me the
constant pissing contest.
Oh, okay. What do you hear about Bring Me? Because their fans are so smart.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
I'm the exact opposite. I did not like.
Listen,
any
dude,
of
I
it.
love Bring Me, bro.
when
I
was
love everything
young,
they did from the beginning,
No,
and I love their last album.
no.
I love everything in
Oh
between.
my god, I remember being in high school and really not liking them, like listening to it and really
I didn't
trying
like the
hard
earlier
because
stuff.
people loved it, and I was like, wow, I do not care for this. And I listened to the last album they just put out, and I love it. It's great.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
dude,
no,
that
I
last
love
album
new
is
material.
fantastic.
I
Completely
love that
different,
band.
but
Sempiternal and After, I felt like
no, I
that
understand
would bring me.
completely why.
Incredible
Not my
material,
style,
Sempiternal
but-
and After. Yeah. To me it's crazy because like Bring Me made like a really good progression into like changing their style from like, you know, they started off like that deathcore band and now they
Yeah.
sound more like Linkin Park. Like no one progresses
They
like that.
survived. They
Dude, I
survived.
remember
Exactly.
listening
No matter
to
what
They
them.
survived.
they had to do.
Dude, you know what it is?
whatever they had
way
to
back.
do, they survived.
They were
And
brilliant.
that's a different level of hustle, honestly.
They were absolutely genius.
And
They knew exactly what they were doing.
musicianship too. And
Exactly. That's
musicianship as well.
exactly it, dude.
You know what I mean?
They knew exactly what they were doing.
You have
When
to
they
be
did the Pray
talented
for
to be
Plagues
able to
album,
go.
that genre was super huge at the time, and it put them on the map.
Yeah, they
Right.
pretty much killed the deathcore style. Like they did it
They
perfectly on that
they
album.
made it. They
Mhm.
they like flagship that shit.
When he
and then
says move, you want to kill everyone near you.
Yes, dude, 100%. So then the album after that, they're just still swinging on the heavy shit, right? And then slowly they started to realize that popular taste was starting to change, and they were like, okay, we kind of need to figure something out in order for us to stay relevant, because if we put out another album of the same shit, we're gonna lose it. And that was when Sempiternal happened. Sempiternal, they started that they like changed directions. They didn't start moving yet, but they were like, and then right after Sempiternal hit with
It got better.
with Happy, and then the last one, Ammo. Dude, those albums
Ammo
were so
is
killer.
great.
And even the new singles that have just come out. Oh man.
Oh yeah, the last one
good.
that came out was pretty cool too.
So Obey
Yeah, they've had some
with
fire
Youngblood.
Oh yeah, Obey with Youngblood.
Man,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, with
I've been
Youngblood.
pretty
Awesome.
public about my opinion on Youngblood, but I love Bring Me. Have you guys ever noticed that like Sempiternal, that's the spirit, Amo, there's a little bit of like a Linkin Park vibe to it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
100%. Those
So I've
courses
had
are
this-
1000% Linkin Park courses.
Yeah, and I'm all for it because I love Linkin Park, I love Bring Me, and I love their
Oh.
evolution into this new like Linkin Park type band. So with
Super
Chester's
effective.
passing, I've had this theory that has not come to fruition. I want to know what you guys think. Would you guys be cool with or excited to see Linkin Park go back out on tour with Ollie Sykes as the frontman?
That's
If that
tough.
happened.
Yes. Honestly, I
That's
say
tough.
yes, and that's I'm gonna do the hard take. It's a yes, but it's more of a healing thing. I mean, can you imagine if Metallica never went back on tour after Cliff died? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Exactly. You're not going to replace
We-
Chester. You're not going to find
No.
someone who sounds like Chester. So why not just get
Never.
someone who respects Chester and is a fan and will make the music sound good?
The fans need to heal by going to a Linkin Park concert and
I think it would
mourning.
be huge because it would kind of bridge that gap that, Hybrid Theory came out in 2000. That's 20 years ago. If they had
Bro.
Ollie Sykes as the front man, it would bridge the gap between like two different generations to where like Linkin Park could be like a brand new band for people again.
Yeah.
That would be
And a whole, I mean, I still have
pretty
like
wild.
younger cousins and stuff that they listen to Linkin Park and it becomes their favorite band.
It's hard to
And
listen
all
to
of their
that and not
music,
love it.
Yes. And it's
Yeah,
like
not many people blended
them-
those styles well enough.
I think I remember
for them
hearing
to,
though.
for them to grow
on
up and not have a Linkin Park tour or concert to go to.
Oh, I
it's
know
just
that's gotta
really
suck,
sad.
dude. I think I remember hearing
like-
an interview once with Mike Shinoda that like once Chester passed, that he really did not want to do anything
didn't-
with
they
Linkin
didn't
Park
wanna do
anymore.
it.
That he wanted to bury it. Like he just wanted to.
Yeah. A new
I
I
Gotcha.
think
project
I've
and
read
everything.
something similar that hinted that there wasn't any plans to tour, and I understand. I'm putting that theory out there into the ether, hoping
I think it would
comes
be
to
super cool.
fruition. I think it'd just
Hopefully
be
the
good for
universe hears
everyone.
it,
I don't
I-
think the fans, like the hardcore fans of Linkin Park, are gonna complain that Ollie's in that place, and I think the younger fans would, come to love it. What were you saying, Rolly?
That I think not that Ollie couldn't because he's fantastic in and of his own right, but I've actually heard a lot more recent artists on some of the Spotify playlists that are just popping out now that they miraculously sound a lot like Chester, and I'm just like, wow, man, this is crazy to hear, and I will send them to you once I'm gonna dig through that playlist and I'll find
Definitely.
it, but.
Did you guys hear that cover
refreshing.
of "Faint" by Memphis?
Memphis Mayfire?
Yes.
Yeah, Memphis
Yes, I
Mayfire
did.
covered "Faint."
I haven't.
I
heard
didn't
it.
hear their cover song.
It sounds pretty good, dude. Like, dude, for a second, I legit just thought it was like a remastered version of "Faint," but like, I was like, oh shit.
That band
That's a
puts out
band
some
that
killer records.
Oh, fantastic!
I think the
I don't
last.
think they get the credit that they deserve. You know that?
I was about to say they get a lot of fucking hate, man. They get a lot of flack.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm gonna say this straight up: the Challenger album and the Hollow, and the album that came before that, I think it was Sleepwalking. Those three albums, like without a doubt, had some of the biggest influence in me picking up a guitar, learning guitar, and like writing music. Right?
Yeah. The
After
Hollow
Challenger?
actually got me back into singing.
Dude, after Challenger, I don't know what it was. I stopped feeling it. Like
I would have
just-
never-
I feel like
I would
It
never
just- it-
expected Memphis to be like an inspiration to you guys. That's really fucking cool, actually.
100%. No, especially like in my
Yeah, I think so.
very early upbringing. There was something about the way that they delivered the choruses,
Yeah.
especially. Oh, fuck. What's the name of that song, dude? The album before the Challenger was The Hollow. Fuck.
The Hollow. Isn't one of them called The Sinner?
The
No,
singer.
but that was like one of the more popular songs. I think it was The Abandoned. Dude,
The
the chorus in
Abandoned
that
is so
song dude, is
good.
just huge. Huge,
Oh, yeah.
dude. It's just like it's that wall of sound kind of thing where the vocals just nestle perfectly on top. And it's just it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. It heavily influenced like my writing style.
Memphis is a cool band. Their vocalist Matty Mullins. I actually tweeted out to him that I had a bad experience with him in 2013 at Warped Tour. Dude hit me
You
up.
and a lot
wanted-
of other people.
Yo, so I've heard. I will say this though, I was really bitter. I felt snubbed that he snubbed me for an interview. I didn't listen to his music. I told this all to him. I was a bitter fan by it all, and he made up for it. He did the interview this year. We talked about it. He couldn't really explain how or what happened there, but he was cool enough to do the interview, explain some stuff, and we also got into like
That's
the
cool.
shit that band gets, like the negative feedback. It's crazy. I think Christian bands just take a lot of flack because people
Yeah, a little bit
think
extra, a little bit more so.
people
Are
think
they
that they're
still
like
Christian?
No, 100%.
that's a good question actually, because in the
I
interview
wasn't
he's
sure if they
talking
were still
about how
repping
like
that. I
he
thought they
kind of
weren't
says that
repping
they
that
like
too much anymore.
they kind of dropped the title because people were pissed off about it.
Well, I mean, you have to see just how much they get attacked at all angles for that. Like it happened to Under Oath, and it happened to even a Christian, like a full-on Christian artist, Hawk Nelson. And the lead singer came out and just denounced the religion. And
Did it happen to Azalea dying?
Oh yeah, trying to kill your wife is not Christian like.
But you know what's funny though is that band never
They were a Christian band for a bit.
They never got
Yeah.
shit for it.
And
It
now they
definitely
picked
got
right
shit
back
for the
up, and
fact
no
that it
one
was-
cares that he almost killed his wife. Like they're a band again.
You know, honestly, I kind of
The
hate and
song,
love that
though.
because as a
I
band,
agree
yo, they
with
make
you, but
amazing music. Like their music is
The
so good.
music is good.
But
and it's so
when
weird
Tim
how you can
Lambesis
put-
went to jail, right? A
like
lot
the
of the
Michael
members from
Jackson
As I Lay Dying made another band,
Woven War.
Woven War. Dude, that band is amazing. Well, I should say was amazing.
That's why I have such a problem with Azalea now, because Woven War was cool and you could respect them. Now they're
Dude.
just the same band with the guy who tried to kill his wife as the vocalist. Like
Woven
I don't
War is
get
another
down
one
with
of those
that.
bands that heavily influenced me.
They were sick. I got to see them one time.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah,
Denise
because they
was
were
super
like,
into them.
dude, they were no. I just randomly showed up. They were like done like the next month. Like they weren't doing shows anymore.
Damn.
Dude, you know
What
what's another
about
really
one?
cool band that existed for like 0.5 seconds and then dropped off the face of the planet?
Fort
There's
Minor.
a band called fuck. It was the singer of the band was the son of Richard Dickinson.
Oh man, yes.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes. Hold on, I gotta find this.
What are they talking about?
I have no idea. I'm like, Adima's the little half brother of Jonathan Davis. I know that.
Talk about Nicholas
I
Cage's son.
can't believe you remember that.
Bro, I fucking loved Adema for like 5 whole
That dude
minutes,
was
man.
so good.
That was so cool. Back when like all the annual tours were sick as shit. Like you still had Ozfest. I think Family Values existed. Project Revolution. Now you got nothing. What am I supposed to do, bro?
Shapes
Like-
That's
is
so
the name of the band.
true.
What was it?
What's the
Shapes.
next big metal tour then?
No,
You know,
dude.
like
You're gonna have to create it because all the annual tours died. Like I
Warped
think
Tour is
we-
dead too.
Warp Tour is dead. We might get a Summer Slaughter again, but all the other tours, like there was a Christian counterpart to Summer Slaughter called Scream It Like You, Scream the Prayer Tour, that died. Scream It Like You Mean It Tour, that died.
Mayhem Fest died.
Mayhem Fest.
Is Rock AM still going?
I don't think so. What Rock on the Range I think might happen. Carolina Rebellion might happen, and then we still have like Not Fest, which they try to tour with that.
Not Fest is still going.
Shapes with a V.
No, that's not the band I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, this is his son Griffin. And then you're talking about Austin,
Shape
Rise
with a
to
V.
Remain.
That's the band. Rise to Remain. That was it.
What
Yo,
about
you need to
Emerald?
look them up. Dude, you would be hard pressed to find them. I mean, even on YouTube, I think they dropped all their music videos and the songs that they have left on Spotify. I don't even think they have an artist page anymore. Like the only ways that you can find their songs on Spotify is because they ended up on playlists and they stayed on the
Oh.
playlist.
I find like mixtape shit like that on iTunes.
Dude, but I'm telling you, the production value is absurdly good. And then I saw them live. They were at a Warped Tour one year at West Palm Beach. And like it was literally me and 15 other people. And I'm like, dude, how are these people not famous as fuck? Like it's insane. It was insane, bro. Like crazy. Like you have to look that band up. Anything that you can find on them, bro. Like please listen to them because it's like insanely good.
What was
I
it
will-
again?
Rise to Remain.
Rise to Remain.
Rise to Remain.
All right, someone write that down. Rise to Remain. All right, I'm gonna look that up.
I got a lot of new
Um,
music now.
That's
Oh,
great.
yeah,
'cause
right?
That's really good because we didn't even get to do the album reviews for today's episode, so we're still waiting on those. I've been asking bands this. It's kind of a weird question. I've always thought it was kind of interesting, like when you look at a band on paper, that maybe this affects like their style and their music. You guys are from Miami. You're from a really cool city. Do you think location, being from Miami, plays any part in your style or your musicianship or the way you write or do anything in your band?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
1000%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Unequivocally.
it's just you're surrounded by it so much that there's no way it can affect you.
It seeps into your subconscious at a certain point. Like a lot of, for example, the like the Latin music that people will dance to, like in clubs or whatever. A lot of that is in 3/4 because that's like what they dance to. So very unintentionally,
I can hear it in my head right now.
It out. But like imagining if people were like trying to do some kind of like a sexy dance to it, you know what I mean? And then it just ends up being like in 3/4.
Even I think even to the point of like chord tones and things like that, a lot of that gets like subconsciously just the chords that we like to choose. A lot of that comes from stuff that we heard like in Mark Anthony songs and things like that, like so I mean growing up.
Mark Anthony, shouts to Mark Anthony.
Hell yes.
Yeah. Man, I mean there's so many bands from down here, people just don't know about them. I mean top tier
that too, dude.
Man, I mean
even the other local bands too, they come out with fire, and I mean like how could you not,
I cannot name another Miami rock band at all. I know plenty of rappers from Miami. I cannot name another band there. What is the Miami metal scene like?
We got top tier. We got like Of the Wasteland is another great one.
Of the Wasteland. You want like heavy hitters because we have Non-Point, Poison the Well.
Okay, Poison the Well. I had no idea they're from Miami. Damn, they've been around forever.
Are they around?
You don't know Non-Point?
Non-Point, I think, does somebody in the WWE's entrance theme.
Yes.
Dude, you never heard the cover that they did of
Bro,
oh my god,
damn those songs. Bullet with a Name.
Jamie, Google Non-Point.
Yeah, Bullet with a Name. That one
Bullet
was
with
good.
a Name. I would straight retire with this one.
Oh man,
so good.
Hold on, I got to use Bing because they're the sponsor.
Elephant is another good one here locally.
There's a lot of different genres. Even like in the local scene, there's almost every type of music. Do you get what I mean? So,
oh yeah.
Is there a ton of metal bands down there? Because y'all until you said Poison the Well, y'all were the only one I knew.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, there's tons. Whoa, there was another one.
Well, there was Neurotic November. There was
Black there you go. They're from here too. Yeah, Neurotic November, Black Tide.
They were on Victory, I think.
How can you not say yes?
Black Tide's from here too. Fires from here.
You said
Black Tide, and I set my friends on fire.
Yes, Black Tide.
Okay, Ism Foff. Woo! That's a whole other story. Black Tide had some fire records. I remember them. Someone sent me, I think their label sent me their CD. They were cool. Trick Daddy. You got Trick Daddy, you got Trina.
Trick Daddy,
got Rick Ross. And you got Ross. You got all of
I set my
music.
Friends on fire. I always forget that I set my friends on fire from here too.
That's such a long name that I just abbreviated them to Ism Foff.
Marilyn Manson is from Fort Lauderdale.
That doesn't count, bro. No love for the fort. Wait, is he really from Fort Lauderdale? That's so weird.
Yes.
He's like the most pale son of a bitch I've ever seen.
Dude,
and I think he had tits in 99.
Oh, you know who else is from here? Richie Sambora, guitarist from Bon Jovi, and Yngwie Malmsteen.
Oh, Bon Jovi. I've heard of him.
Oh, yeah.
Iggy Pop actually hangs out a ton at the local shows. He'll always come to the festivals. That's really cool.
Is he wearing a shirt?
Of course not.
Time, no.
Okay, because that's the only way I'd recognize him.
Nico, the drummer from Iron Maiden, lives in Fort Lauderdale too. I think he's got a house there.
Yeah,
and a restaurant
Coral Springs.
Too.
He has a rib restaurant.
He's got a rib place that's fire.
Bro,
it's
so called Rock and Roll Ribs.
Meaning to go
you
there.
Haven't lived until you've eaten there.
It's not Hard Rock Cafe, is it?
Fucking amazing.
No. It's rock. What is it? Rock and Roll Ribs. It's good.
Yeah. Rock and Roll Ribs.
It's in Coral Springs. If you're ever down here,
I'll have to keep that in mind when I'm in the core the next time. That did just kind of like spark a memory. If you guys could create your own crappy chain of Hard Rock like restaurants, what would it be like? And would the waitresses all be topless?
No,
they'll be fully clothed. Actually, they'll show no skin.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking it's got to be a taco place, and it serves alcohol.
At like starting at 4 a.m.
But I do want to throw them commercials on there, so they can't be topless. They have to have clothes on there.
You gotta take advantage of the real estate. You gotta
just get that black bar.
We can go with Adult Swim at night, and then they
All
can
right,
take
here,
dog, yeah.
here. Think about this: a cosplay restaurant, and
Oh,
all of your wait staff, male and female. Let's throw that in there. They're all doing cosplay.
I thought you were gonna say they're all doing coke. I was gonna say, wow, the service here is really good.
Got my food in record time.
Yeah,
You can
now that
already
I'm
go to
thinking
Miami
about
and
it,
do that.
if
They
you
didn't
could
even
just
cook this chicken breast. They just like ran it out. They just slapped it on the plate. They're like,
can just-
it's done.
You can just go to a restaurant here in Miami, and it might be that way anyways.
It
Yeah,
sounds
that's
like Hollywood. If you just took Jackrabbit Slims out of Pulp Fiction and just put every waiter and waitress on cocaine, that would be the best restaurant ever because you'd get that $6 milkshake like that.
I can promise you that if you've ever been to an ale house or a Flanagan's at like 2 a.m., half the staff is probably already on coke, just so that they can function like normal human beings.
I've definitely been to a Flanagan's. I definitely did not pay for my meal at Flanagan's. So this begs the question, because we're stereotyping hardcore here. Does everyone in Miami do cocaine and drive fast cars?
Yes.
No.
And exactly how much cocaine do you guys do a day?
None.
0.
that's why you're
Powder
still
I
alive.
have is protein.
And there's that protein again.
I would say it's a straight 50-50. It's probably real safe.
Is it like Vegas? Like if I go walking around at like 8 or 9 p.m. at night and I'm on some main strip, is some guy gonna walk by and be like, "Got that coke?"
Yes.
Yes,
Maybe on
100%.
South Beach.
Yes. If you walk around South Beach, as soon as 11:30 hits, bro, it's like that's when they clock into work. I promise you, bro. I got the best story. Okay,
Gotta clock in and sell these 2 for $5s.
I got the best story. This is awesome. You're
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be
Yeah.
I used to be a waiter at this restaurant, and my boss, the guy that owned the restaurant, he was like he was trying to be like a DJ, and he was getting a couple gigs here and there in Miami Beach. So he wanted me to come with him and one of my other coworkers, female waitress. He wanted us to go and like hand out flyers, kind of like around the block to promote the event. So we're walking around the block, and dude, I promise you, for every one person that took a flyer, there was another 3 people that walked up to us like, "We didn't coke. We didn't coke. We didn't coke." Like, dude, every single person. I'm like, yo, there's more drug dealers than actual people. Like, it's crazy, insane.
Miami
Drug
has more
dealers are
drug
people too,
dealers
okay?
per capita than they do people.
It's a fact.
My major
dealers are
question
people
would
too.
be, is it good? But, you know, if they're selling random weed and coke on the streets at 11:30, I'm going to go ahead and say it's similar to when I bought weed on Bourbon Street in New Orleans, and for $30 I got handed back 2 crumpled up pieces of paper. Thanks, New Orleans. That was a great time.
If you want something realistic to compare it to, it's more like, you know, you got super trashed at a party and you are incredibly, incredibly desperate for anything that resembles food. So you pull up to McDonald's drive-thru and, you know, you get some nuggies.
I thought you were going to say...
No, but in that moment, it is exactly what you needed.
I thought you were going to say you are desperate for anything that resembles pussy. But you didn't. You didn't say that, and that's not where you went with it.
Still edible.
It's still
But
still
that
edible.
Nugget life.
Chicken nuggets. Have you guys tried the spicy McNuggets yet?
No.
Oh, That
I was at-
might be something
I was
I
at-
will eat
I was at a
tomorrow.
McDonald's.
Listening to the
I
new
was-
protest.
I was at a McDonald's yesterday and they didn't have it.
So
Sold
be
out.
careful. They're a little spicier than you would think a McDonald's chicken nugget should be.
Yes. Yes.
I think it
Have
gave
you
me
had-
acid reflux disease.
Oh,
Have you had
goodness.
the BK ones? They're not spicy at all.
I don't
Fire,
go to
Rick.
BK. Okay.
Oh, miss out.
You're missing out for real.
Are
The
you talking
desserts
about
are bar
how they
none.
give you like 15 chicken nuggets for like a quarter?
It's $1.
Whatever.
And
Listen,
yes,
dude,
they're
you have
lower
to fight
quality, but
Mustard.
if you factor in how much cheaper they are, I mean, it's, you know,
God.
it's about equal, you know, like, It makes
Man, I
sense.
would have killed for that in college.
They're not. Oh,
Like McNuggets smell like feet, but they smell like the kind of feet you put in your mouth. Like Burger King chicken nuggets, they smell like just the wrong kind of feet. Like you've been walking barefoot all day, you're homeless. I don't want that kind of feet in my mouth.
if you want Burger King nuggets though, you gotta get chicken fries, and it's the same thing.
Now I have had those within the past 3 years. Can't say I'd recommend them to anyone above the age of 6, but sure.
Well, when you're drunk, they're great. They're great in your fist when your whole fist in it.
Yeah, because you start losing that fine motor movement function in your hand. Like so you just gotta like anger fist it and just
stuff it.
Every
through.
McDonald's in Hialeah is always out of whatever you are craving.
She is absolutely 100% correct.
That's
She's
where I went
100% correct.
That's where I went.
So
for
you
the
know that
nuggets,
meme about the ice cream machines never working? Yeah, that's
It's-
because
that's-
of Miami.
That's literally
that's
all
true.
of Miami.
Do you guys are you guys like crazy about ice cream? Because I'm like a total stoner. I love ice cream. When I go, like,
love
it's
ice
11 o'clock at night, my mom's not with me, I'm going to fucking get ice cream. No one can tell me no. And I go up
I'm
there
trying
and
to
they're like,
forget what ice cream tastes like, to be honest.
they tell me,
What's your
oh, we
go-to
shut
ice
off.
Ice cream is fucking delicious.
I mean, if you're going to McDonald's, your only ice cream choice is vanilla. They might put some chocolate sauce on it or like fuck a McNugget into it, but you're not getting much variety.
You
But
they
I
haven't
go
matched
there.
any Oreos.
Oh man, I wish. But I go there and they tell me like, oh, we shut off the ice cream machine. Do you guys ever get told that and reply the same way I do and say, bullshit? Bullshit. You have a job to do. It's to provide me ice cream.
It's just be like, can you turn it back on?
Well, I can turn my phone off and back on. So you think you can fire that bad boy back up? Assholes.
I'm just a real asshole, and I'll just be like, you know what? Let me just call your DM. I'll be right back.
You know what? I'll just tell them it's cool. I'll wait. And then just sit in the drive-through line. They'll figure it out.
You gotta go to a Steak and Shake.
Oh,
yeah,
Steak and Shake is so
Steak and
freaking
shake.
good.
That's what
I love Steak and Shake.
I quit Burger King and McDonald's ice cream long time ago. It's too stressful. It's never
Not
gonna
a
have
single ice cream machine works at McDonald's in Miami after sundown.
It. They don't want to
Fact.
clean it.
Damn.
It is so hard to clean.
Also,
I
when the sun
understand
comes up.
1000%. I mean, I would never want to. There's no ice cream here. We're out. Leave.
This is Miami, bro. The second that you actually get the ice cream from the window to inside your car, that brief moment where it goes from inside the building, outside, and then your car, it's melted already. It's gone. That's it. It's on the ground.
It's gone. It's gone.
It's gone.
Miami.
It's either that or the
where it's
crackhead that
90
lives under the
degrees,
bridge
but
saw
it's
you
like
ordering the ice
120.
cream and he's just gonna like.
Are bath salts still popular in Miami, or did that kind of die out? Like
No,
it's
Oh,
we
that
used
got
to.
died out.
Ooh.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Dimitri's
We had
like,
a
nah,
couple
bro, I
zombies,
still
but,
got
you
that.
know,
We're never gonna live it down. Straight up, we're
No.
never gonna be able to live that down.
no.
Was-
we were a zombie
I'm waiting for
movie
the next
a day.
Florida Man episode.
Did the zombie attack happen in Miami? I thought it was another Florida town.
Yes. No, it was
Oh
Miami.
God.
It happened
And then
in
there was
downtown Miami, right in front
Yep.
of the newspaper.
Yes.
Downtown.
There was another zombie attack in a different town in Florida.
Yeah.
Also, regarding with the bath salts,
Multiple.
Yes.
Multiple bath salts.
so here's the thing
Oh.
about living in Florida. You never bored.
Nope.
There's always something going on, dude.
Always.
Always.
We have
I tell all my
inland, We have
friends.
the shore. We have
I tell my friends I
Disney.
like Florida. I wouldn't mind retiring there like thousands of old people do. Once you get past like the racist part of North Florida, it's a beautiful state to be in. It's tropical,
Absolutely.
it's nice. Yeah.
I remember in the early 2000s trying to
nicer
travel
than you
outside
think,
of
though.
Florida and stopping in one of these towns and just getting the dirty looks everywhere. It's like,
See, I
you're
don't-
not from around here, are you, boy?
Hey,
I
ain't one
work-
of
I
our
work-
kind, boy.
That's crazy because I work a lot in northern Florida and all that stuff, and I do not get those looks at all. I get some of the best southern hospitality I've ever had have been in places where I thought I was gonna get discriminated against, and it was the total opposite. So
Either
I don't
he's
know.
lying
Are you
or he
talking
met a girl
about-
up there.
I was
North
so
or
surprised.
South Ocala?
north.
Ocala is calling.
I thought the opposite of what I found in the state, straight up. And sometimes I'm treated better up there than I am here in Miami-Dade.
Yeah, there's something you gotta understand. There's a culture that exists in Dade County, like it's pretty savage, dude. If you ever,
pretty savage.
it's pretty savage. Like straight to fuck. All you need to do is drive down the Palmetto or 95 northbound anytime, like at 10 a.m. or 4 p.m. and you're gonna see the travesty. You're gonna see the absolute rage. Like a lot of times when I feel like the streets are relatively safe,
go 8 o'clock.
I'll ride my motorcycle sometimes to the studio.
Go
and like, dude,
any hour.
I'm like, dude, when
traffic.
I'm on my bike on my way to the studio, whenever I'm doing a lane change, I gotta be like,
You gotta look like 5 times
That
for that
shit ain't a
speeding
joke.
car in the back.
People driving the emergency lanes and stuff. I mean, it gets crazy in that rush hour traffic.
And it is forever under construction here.
I've gone to Florida so many times on tour in a bandwagon, and I've driven up and down the Florida Turnpike so many times I can't count. I have never once paid a toll on it, though.
nice.
Oh, lucky dude.
Turnpike is chilling though,
Alive.
thankfully.
It's not my problem. It's Green Day's problem now. No, I'm just kidding. That is the fun part, though. If you don't pay your driver, he might just blow through all the tolls from New York all the way back to Indiana, and then you're left with the bill. So that's a motherfucker. Always pay your crew. I wrote this question before Game 5 tonight, so I was gonna ask if you guys were sports fans, and then apologize for the Heat getting eliminated, and apologize for the Marlins.
Bro, we
But I only have to
none
apologize
of us. Oh,
There was no one
for the
that should be
Marlins.
apologizing for the Marlins because they were in the middle of a rebuild and made it through the first round. So I am completely happy with where they're at.
Do you hold a grudge against the Marlins for the stadium ordeal?
Yes. Of
Yes.
course.
Okay. All right. So
I
you
love the
are
Marlins
with
for a
the rest
beautiful-
of the 99% of Miami.
I love the Marlins for a beautiful childhood in a World Series that I could go attend in my own city. But damn, I'm gonna be paying for them for my entire life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful stadium. I've gone. It's awesome. But I've
Oh, yeah, no,
never
it's great.
once seen it past half capacity.
No.
And if you were ever like worried about your tax dollars going to that stadium, it's cool because the fund they pulled the money from to purchase that stadium and build it, they had to spend the money anyway. So I mean, it would have just went to something useless anyways, like I don't know, repairing roads and potholes. Who the fuck
Making
needs
schools.
that? Yeah,
What about
schools.
getting-
Who needs that? You don't
Ones
need a
that are
public
always
school
fucked up.
system.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
you
go to
guys-
the
son,
water
you
park.
can use the 7th year textbook.
It'll go
I
to
mean,
the
what
water
were you
park.
guys gonna do with $7 million for tourism anyways? Pfft, now you got a big old
Build-
green and orange stadium. Enjoy it.
That's right.
Build
We
a
can't
water
even double
park.
use it for anything else.
You really can't, and it's so fucking ugly in certain parts.
Dude, I lost my shit over the sculpture at the front of the park. I lost
The
my shit.
The
I was
dolphin.
like, this is the gaudiest piece of crap that they could have ever come up with. That
It's very
home run
Miami.
Sculpture.
I don't
my
know what
God.
this was in response to, but John also said
Probably
John
the $7
Gun-
million.
Yeah, ... or Coke.
It's definitely
Stadium
an
or
investment that
Coke?
you can flip.
Would have been a Miami decision.
A lot of people don't know that in the 80s and 90s, a lot of downtown Miami, and when I say downtown Miami, I'm talking about some of the biggest buildings that exist in Miami since the 90s, was built on Coke money.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That is not an exaggeration. If
Bro,
you
my
watch
entire neighborhood is
the
built on
Cocaine
Coke
Cowboys
money.
documentary on Netflix, they talk about it. Dude, the cocaine money is what actually made Miami into the tourist like center that it is today.
What's crazy about that fact too is, and I don't live there, so I could be wrong on this, but I do listen to a radio
You're
show
not.
every fucking day that's from Miami, and they mention
You're not.
this. A lot of the corporations that are based in Miami, like I believe Taco Bell corporate
Burger
headquarters
King.
are Burger King. Okay,
Burger King.
so Burger King corporate headquarters are in Miami, but they don't give back to the community. They don't sponsor the Miami Heat or any sports teams in any
No.
sort of way. They're essentially corporations based in Miami, so that if you have to live there to work, you live tropical in a nice town. but they don't do shit for your city. So then
They
the
have
taxpayers
test
are left
sites.
to pay for your stadium.
They have BK test sites where they have some cool products launched, but that's about it.
Is it like guys in hazmat suits handing you like radioactive whoppers?
No, chicken
Oh
fries.
man.
Because those are dangerous.
No, I
Dangerously
think they leave
delicious.
those for
I
the
don't-
Japanese market. You know,
They have a
black burger.
You know who
They
will love
actually
this?
have-
Fukushima.
they have a really crispy chicken sandwich actually that is completely different from all the like BKs that are up north. So it's definitely a different type of like product that they have in that store.
Jonathan's a
They
BK
do
connoisseur
the
because
first
he like
few
taste
BKs.
tests the BKs. All
If you
up
need to
and
know
down.
anything about any fast food restaurants, I got you. I've been living on that shit my whole life.
Do you guys have
I
any
had-
like regional fast food joints? I mean, you got like Pollo Tropical, but I don't know anything else.
That's
No.
great.
No, we definitely have to have something, but we just don't
It's
know because
Pollo-
it's local and it's
Well,
like
we have
to us it's normal.
Heroville.
What?
Some others
What
might
the
pronounce
hell
it
is
Gyroville. That's
yeah,
a
gyros.
really- yeah, man. I mean, that place is fucking phenomenal.
Is there one place-
Oh,
if you're
dude,
here.
Miami subs.
Miami subs.
Oh,
Dude,
Miami
that shit is
subs, bro.
fire, dude.
I am so
Fuego.
glad that Mr. 305 bought that shit because I never want to see that thing disappear.
Dale.
Dude, there's literally a Miami subs right down the street from my house. So like if I get out of work super late and haven't eaten anything all day, boy, I pull up, get that Philly cheesesteak. Oh god. Dude.
What's it gonna take for a AVAT Pitbull collab?
Nothing.
If
Hit us up
Pitbull was down, I'd go
right now.
Now.
Dale.
Bro, that guy is a hero in the city. He has
Hey,
lived
that
that
going
so
worldwide.
much, and he is probably Hispanic's biggest stereotype in the world.
Oh my god. BK shill. You know, he
Bro,
kind
let them sponsor me. Let them sponsor me. But honestly, on what? Oh, honestly, if Pitbull would do a collab with AVAT, I would be so down, and I would ask for free Miami subs for life.
he played a concert at this radio station I used to work at. And we booked him at the Marriott, and he had like a full orchestra behind him. It was so strange, kind of ruined the show.
No way.
Yeah, like it's cool in theory, but then when you hear it, you're like, yo, there's a lot of shit going on. Doesn't really like give me the party vibe, and I can't hear Pitbull, which I never thought was a sentence I would ever say. But it was an okay show. I just think it'd be way cooler if he had like you guys backing him. I also can't recite any of his lyrics because I don't know his new songs at all.
I'm in.
I don't either.
Dude, I can just imagine Rolly belting it out. It'd be amazing. Like harmonizing with Pitbull.
Oh man, you guys should cover Timber.
Yo quiero bebida.
You should cover that
Oh my
Pitbull
God.
Kesha song Timber. You'd make that like way less
Oh,
awful.
hell yes, dude. Hell yes.
On the real, that song's terrible. There's nothing okay about that. Like music is subjective, but that song should go to hell and stay there. All right, so if we have enticed any of you people to listen to these guys' sweet sounds, you can check out all of AVAT's music on streaming platforms, or just go to avatmusic.com and you will find all their songs there. I checked them out on iTunes. It's got all the shit there, different album covers for each song. There is no album because we discussed that already, why there isn't one. And the songs are pretty cool. I like Dead or Alive and Brenna. What's your favorite song?
I'll let you guys go.
I want to say
favorite
Together We
AVAT
Fall.
song.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, Together We Fall is probably my favorite.
Honestly,
Fair
I
enough.
really like Wolves, man. Wolves is just a great workout song, dude. It's got
Yeah,
that
100%.
Workout song.
I like
Yeah.
Together We Fall,
I
dude,
hit
because
that-
when
I hit
you
it so hard in the gym,
once
dude.
you get past that that second chorus, when we get to that groove section, that is my favorite song to play live, dude, because that groove is so much fun, dude. Like that is one part of one of our songs where we all just like kind of lock in and we're all feeling it and we're just like moving that groove in unison. We're just like, yeah.
That what?
It's just like it's when you like really feel it good.
That face you made. Do that again. Yeah. It's kind of like it's so groovy. You're just like fucking the
I'm
bass
not-
rhythm, like yeah.
I'm not gonna say it, but
yes.
But
was I'm not gonna say it, but we know what face that was.
The O face. The oh my god, he didn't just make that face. So where can we find you online besides AVAT Music? Like if I want to stalk you personally and find your home address and like do cafecito with you, where can I find you online?
Everywhere.
Well, you guys can find us on pretty much all major social media: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter,
Spotify,
Apple
iTunes.
Music, Deezer.
Facebook.
Oh, and by the way, we intentionally made it so that our name tags on the screen, those are our Instagram @. So that's where you can find us, our personal IGs.
Brilliant. Would you believe you're the
Yes.
first band to utilize it that way?
Bro,
It's
thank you,
kinda-
Roland.
Because in Miami, we're all about problem solving. That's what we do. We
That was
Efficiency.
not.
problem
That
solve
was not.
creatively.
That was all Roland Velasquez right here.
Any last
Also,
words, my friends?
Yes,
Definitely.
So find us on Instagram at AVAT Music.
That's where we're
and
most active.
That's probably going to be our most favorite spot for you guys to visit us at. Make sure you guys are talking to us and send us DMs. Those are fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely DM them merch ideas. They love that.
Yes. The
Oh,
next
yeah.
scented candle that we put out is going to be by you guys for you guys.
And for everybody that's listened to our music, thank you. Appreciate it. All those listens, we really appreciate everything that you've told us. And
Absolutely.
you know, every second counts for us. So we really hear you guys, and we really appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts, for real.
100%.
And those
Thank
that
you.
haven't heard the music, what the fuck are you waiting for? Get on it. It ain't that hard. Click 2 buttons. Do it. Do it right now. All right, we are signing off. I'm gonna hit this outro video. Go stream some of that right now. Damn, what are you doing? I mean, the Heat are still in the playoffs. That should mean you should listen to more Miami bands.
Hey, it's a sign. It's a sign.
It's a sign.
And go
305
you
till you
tomorrow.
die.
Thanks for having us on, brother. It's been a blast.
It's been
Thank
fun as
you,
shit.
Yes.
Thanks, man.
I knew I was fucked.